Okay.
Hi, everyone. Good morning, good
Okay.
afternoon, good evening from wherever you're joining us in the different part of the world. My name is Femi Boboye, and I will be your host today as we run through another session of the SME Roundtable. And today we'll be speaking with Sarah Kuponiyi, who is the founder of Alora Usable Parts. Just before we go into the main business of today, I would just like to run you through one of the things that we do at Pest Consulting. Pest Consulting is a management consulting firm that supports organizations, especially small businesses, to help them achieve their expansion and growth targets. Essentially, what we do is to make businesses more sustainable, more profitable, and scalable. We to make this show happen, we have several partners like Time TV, Facts Corner, and we're also still open to our partnership. And should you want to also be a part of this show, you can send a mail to us at info@bestconsulting.com. Also, you can also follow our social media platform to get notifications on our programs. We are streaming live on YouTube, on Facebook, and then you can also follow us. Hopefully, very soon we are going to add LinkedIn to this platform. So before we go right, we now quickly like to introduce our guest. As I said earlier on, her name is Sarah Kuponiyi. I will allow her to also introduce herself. So Sarah, over to you. Can you please tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do at Alora Reusable Parts?
Thank you very much for having me, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. My name is Sarah Kuponiyi. I'm the CEO of Alora Reusable Parts, and I'm also the founder of a well-informed adolescent initiative. At Alora Reusable Parts, it's a social enterprise that will produce reusable parts made from specialized fabrics. So we work to address period poverty in our community. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for that brief introduction. Um, so quickly, I would like to ask you, why Alora Reusable Part? What led it to this?
Okay. Um, so everyone have been asking me why reusable parts and why I do it. Okay, so it's for me it started from personal experience. Growing up, I stayed with my dad, and as a teenage girl, then because of the culture of shyness and silence around our body and the things that pertain to our sexual health, so I couldn't really directly ask my dad about sanitary pads, money for sanitary pads. I couldn't talk about that, and he didn't talk to me about that either. So I had to sort it out myself. Then, being an adult now, working in the development space, running my NGO and also working with other NGO and doing projects for young people, especially adolescent girls, I realized that it is still the same situation, the culture of silence and shyness. So when we go to school, every now and then young girls come to meet us. Even if we didn't go there for menstrual talk or health talk, they will end up coming to meet us to ask for parts that they don't have parts. And so it's like the story never changed. It's still the same thing after even I've become an adult. So for me, it was like, okay, something needs to be done in addressing period poverty in a sustainable way. So, and in addressing period poverty in a sustainable way came about the reusable parts, which I started off teaching young girls how to do it in the school on their own. And then last year, I branded Alora and started Alora reusable parts.
Wow, awesome, awesome. That's really nice. So, majorly, you turn your passion into an enterprise.
Yes, yes.
Oh, that's lovely. Okay, in this journey of turning your passion into an enterprise, I'm so sure it is not all smooth sailing. Can you just share some of your wins and maybe some of your lows for our viewers to also understand what it takes?
So thank you very much. Yes, it has not been easy doing this. Yeah, there have been some wins. Yeah, there have been many wins. I appreciate God so far for the wins, but then there have been losses too. Some form of wins have been recognition. So the product has been accepted and recognized by um, large platforms and agencies such as UN Women, UN Women Nigeria. We've been profiled by US mission to Nigeria, even US mission to Africa, and then the product has been bought by ministries. We've partnered with Federal Ministry of Women Affairs to launch the Period Bank in Abuja this year. Some state governments have partnered with us. UNFPA has bought some of the products. So we've gotten massive recognitions and acceptance about the product. But in terms of challenges, yeah, there have been challenges in terms of getting when we wanted to fully start up like on a large on a commercial scale, getting some documentation. So then some things are not that easily done for startups in Nigeria, especially in terms of the charges for startups, doing the required registrations and likes, it's expensive. So that's been one of the challenges. And another challenge is electricity. So producing, we have to run so much on fuel, and that increases our cost of production. And considering the fact that we're a social enterprise, like our profit margin is not like high, we're not like safe for profit. So we want to sell the product at a very affordable amount for everyone, but then the cost of production is so high. So we're like in between trying to get it done while still having to go through the challenge of high cost of production.
Wow, wow. That is really, really something there for people to actually see. I celebrate your wins and why I'm not surprised that there are challenges. I think it's all part of the journey of becoming a successful entrepreneur. So, moving on to the next question, I would like to ask: do you have people that work with you, and then how do you manage them? And what has been the major strategy that you use to manage your people? Because I know you can't be doing this alone, or are you?
No, sure. I'm not doing this alone. Definitely, I can't do it alone. Teamwork makes the dream work for me. That's what I keep saying because it's not just Alora. I run an NGO, a well-informed adolescent reusable pads, rather a well-informed adolescent initiative. I also work with an NGO like I work with her. So definitely I'm into so many things. So definitely I can't do it alone. So I have people that work with me. That's another thing starting Alora reusable parts. Alora reusable parts kind of have different benefits it offers, like employment opportunity for women and young girls, even for men. Sourcing our fabrics from local stores or local suppliers. It's also providing a means of funds for these women in the market. And then we have women and girls, young girls like from age of 18 years that work with us. They're able to fend for themselves, get money for themselves. So how I manage my people that work with me or my team. So I ensure for me, I know that I can't do it alone. So I ensure everyone have what they're bringing to the team. I believe that everyone have something in them, yeah, that they can offer. Even though what I do is for me, I've also always believed that my platform are for young people. So I believe I want young people, even people who are crude or who are naive. For the NGO, we have people who have not really done anything so far, like skills. I believe they can come on board as long as they are willing to learn, they learn on the job. So for me, I feel young people they have innate abilities. So I don't look down on them. I always seek for their opinions, but then I know that um so one thing is I also look out for people that are hardworking because nothing good comes easy. So that's one thing I look out for. If you're hardworking and you're able to run with the vision I have at hand, then I will work with you. Everyone, I believe everyone has something to offer. So I always seek for people's opinion when we are having orders to deliver. I seek for their opinion on how we sort this. Another thing is for me, I have a very amiable person would serve as our production manager. So most times when I'm not around, he is always in charge. Yeah, he's very amazing person, and that makes me to be able to do other things that I have to do.
Wow, wow, that's lovely. So I think one of the things I might take out from what you've just said is you ensure you hire the right kind of people who are
Yeah,
people who have the right disposition towards work, and
yeah,
then which makes it easy for you then to fall into your own kind of management style, and also you delegate. That means
yes,
you have somebody you can give, even while you are not available, you have somebody to take charge of stuff and ensure that the business is running, and then
yeah.
they tend to trust them because you believe in young people. That is so amazing. That's so amazing. Okay, yeah. So moving on, I would like to ask you again. That means the next question. There's this saying about data is life, data is the new oil, data is this, data is that. So I would like to ask you, Alora usable part, is data playing any role in this social enterprise of yours? And if yes, how?
Yes, data is playing role in terms of numbers. Like we look at numbers of so when we started, we needed to even come up with some documents. So we needed to know the number of people, the number of girls like that that can afford disposable parts, and then we needed the number of people in the community or the number of girls who are facing challenges from previous projects that has been done because it helps us to there are some instances where our they are donors or they are funders and they want to know, okay, how many people are you targeting or how many girls do you want to them to benefit from what you're doing. So we look at, okay, this is in this particular state, this is the number of girls that are of menstruating age in secondary school or in public schools and that cannot afford to get reusable to get pads. So this is where we need to go to that our impact will be felt or they'll be able to know that okay, yes, we'll be able to solve their problem of period poverty. So data, yeah, data has been helpful in our work.
Oh, that's good. Amazing. Amazing. So basically, the entire business model is resting on the information gotten from data around the challenges that adolescents and young teenage ladies are facing on the issue of period poverty.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with us. And I hope our listeners are getting to realize that even the solution you tend to offer is data that will guide you to understand the veracity, the gravity of that problem, so that you can then know what to do in tackling this situation. Okay, so I know you've been talking about you being a social enterprise, trying to make impact, trying to solve a social problem, and then thankfully you are monetizing. And so before we go into this, how much does what cost?
So Alora reusable parts, we have two sizes. We have the pocket friendly and we have the variant pack and then we have the premium box pack. So the pocket friendly goes for 1.8 and then the variant pack goes for 2.5. Inside of that variant pack we have four and the premium box pack goes for 3.5. So that's the price.
Oh, thank you so much. So just before, as a follow up to that question, so when we say reusable, how reusable is that? So what do you can you just quickly walk us through the reusability of your parts?
Okay, so when we talk about reusable parts, it means that something we use um at the month, and then we use it subsequent month. So all we need to do is just we have to follow the washing instructions and how to store it. After we use it to absorb the blood, so it's just in a particular pattern, just exactly the way our pad is. So I'm trying to see how I could just grab one. One is close by. Just give me some few minutes. Let me just grab it so I'll show it to you. Carry it. Um, okay, sorry about that. It's not near here within reach. So it's like just like a pad, normal pad, disposable pads, and we wear it, and then when we wear it, wait for 4 to 6 hours. It shouldn't exceed 4 to 6 hours. So it's not like you have to have one. You have to have more than one. Definitely have more than one. So you wear it for 4 to 6 hours, then you change it. When you change it, you soak it, then the blood are released into the water, then you wash it. You just wash it like the way you wash your undies. Like either you wash it with the bar soap or you wash it with your detergent, then you sun dry. But like this period that we are in, the raining season, that there is no sun, rather you just use the iron to iron it. So the iron serves as the heat, which is equivalent to the ultraviolet rays, and it gives whatever germs might be there. So it makes it sterile, and then you store well for subsequent use. So you can
I
use
mean,
that for up to 3 good years if the person follows the hygiene or washing instruction properly. So it can be used for up to 3 years.
that's amazing. I was about to ask that. I think this is really indeed a sustainable means for us to address period poverty among our teenage girls and adolescents. Thank you so much for what you are doing. I'll just quickly move on. So, based on the people that have been using this, what has been the customer feedback? And then I would like to ask, bookkeeping, financial management, what does all these things mean to your enterprise? Are they things that you take seriously or they are just afterthought?
Okay, so we've been getting a massive or tremendous feedback from our users and customers, people who bought the parts. So it's been amazing. Then for the books, we've been thoroughly keeping our books because we're looking at getting access to funds, grants, and so we know that our numbers need to be correct, our numbers need to be right. Even if we don't have the robust system or network or softwares to do the numbers, just put it something to show that this is what we sell, this is how we spend the money, so that anybody coming or any organization or any grants will be able to access. They will know that yes, you know, we've been in existence and we've been keeping to our numbers. Our books are tidied and they are well well in place. So numbers that keeping is very very good for an entrepreneur.
All right. Thank you very much. That's nice. I like the fact that you talked about you are looking at attracting investors and people to uh, invest into your business, and you know they need figures about how you the kind of number of sales you are making, and then how you are utilizing the funds available to your organization. It's very essential because no one wants to put anything into something that is not properly you can't track, and it's important that you are doing that already. It shows that you are in the right place. Okay, so going back to what the situation of the world is right now, we all know what COVID is, right? So there was pre-COVID and then the post-COVID right now. And right now, how has it been for your business?
Um, During the COVID-19 lockdown period was when I had to thoroughly sit down and put everything into order, like make research when necessary. Because before then, what I do then was to teach girls how to do this in schools. So we run a project. Basically, we've been running projects since 2018. So I teach girls how to make their pads and we do health projects. But during the lockdown from February 2020, I had to sit down and do my thorough research. So being at home, no movement made me to be able to come up with a structured um, brand for Alora. So we didn't sell during the lockdown period. So there was nothing. It was just a period for to lay the foundation or the structures for the business part of the work.
That's nice. So that's nice.
So
So that means, please continue.
for post COVID, yeah, for post COVID, we've been able to make efforts. So during that COVID period, there was a grant that I got, Sustainable Solution Africa grant in 2019. So it was disbursed in 2020. So that kind of gave me a start off point to kickstart the social enterprise. So yeah, I would not, I would definitely would not keep that to myself. I have to mention that. So that gave me a good start off point for the business.
Mm. Amazing, amazing. That's so good to know. That's so good to know. All right. COVID has implications for businesses. However, we have people uh, that have been able to pivot their business as a result of COVID. And I think Alora is one of them. So kudos to you and your team and for using the opportunity that COVID afforded you to really hammer on your strategy and plan the business properly such that you can run it in a more efficient manner. So that is very good to know. So basically, I will be asking you a question around government policies. I don't know, Alora, I know Alora is registered. So are there any government policy that is directly affecting you in any form, either positively or negatively? Would you want to share?
Okay, there are definitely policies that are affecting, but I will the one that's strictly on my neck, I can't say it out. So I won't talk about it because
Well, let's talk
we are
about it as an
trying.
opportunity because they also have the essence of the show is for them to see what SMEs are feeling so that government and key stakeholders can begin to look at SME friendly policies that can help us to achieve better outcomes as business as a whole. So that's it. So yeah, nobody's going to sue you, don't worry. Just share.
Okay, for SMEs, there are plenty things like so we're looking at the registration we wanted to do, trademark. So everything should not be just like some registration should just not be central in Abuja. There should be a way that one can be able to do it where you are in another state. That's number one. Number two, I think for SMEs we need support. I think the government are not yet SME friendly, or should I say, they should see it like um babies that they need to put attention to and ensure that they grow like that childhood stage. If not, if you don't take care of a newborn baby and anything can easily happen, the baby will die, right? So
Yeah.
the government should see SME like that. So they should create enabling environment, should create various support for SMEs. Developed countries strive more with all the small businesses whereby you see young ones, maybe they are high school leavers, they can easily go and work there and do all the things they want to do because they are small businesses. But yeah, so many things are just choking small business. And the one I said I wouldn't want to talk about is access to funds. SME needs funds to grow, right? And the government are supposed to I don't know what BOI is doing, Bank of Industry, what platforms there for SMEs. But I don't really want to talk about that because it's kind of it's involving the ministry. So I just don't want to talk. But we need all I know is the government should create an enabling environment for SM because yeah, I'm frustrated and I messaged someone the UN women that if we young people are trying to do something for the country and the country is just trying to choke it out of it, then I'll just probably just drop it and go and look for a 9 to 5 job and be doing but because of the passion. So the government should just create an enabling environment for SME support in terms of funds, in terms of insurance, you know, things like that. Then electricity.
Mm. Critical issues you've raised, Sarah, I must say, I don't think I need to add to this. And I understand that you're talking about all of these things from the point of concern. And it's a concern of us at Press Consulting. And that is why we are having this show, so that every week we bring business owners in that to engage sector actors for them to see you hear directly from them. This is unscripted. So it's you sharing and bearing your mind about the challenges that you are facing as a business owner. So just before we wrap up, I would like to ask you because we are about to wrap up now. So did you engage consultants? And if yes, how beneficial has it been to your business?
Please, can you come again?
Do you engage consultants? And if yes, how beneficial has it been to your business?
Oh yes. Okay. So when we started off, um I had a friend who would serve as a consultant, also serve as a production manager, and he has been helpful. But then I also have opportunity to get Pearls Consulting to offer me a free business. They were able to get some information, like they sat me through some things, and they were able to work together to develop a business plan for the product for the company, right? So Pearls Consulting, I've enjoyed consultation services from Pearls Consulting and also from Modrife Kennedy, and that has been helpful in making me to make the right decisions when it comes to running the company.
Well, thank you so much for the mention, and we are happy to help because no, we don't. We feel that no period poverty should not be happening in Africa, in Nigeria, in 2021. And for the fact that you are doing something in this regard, we believe this is the least we could do to support you. And if all of us can do the little we can in our own corner, maybe we'll make this world a better place. So thank you so much once again. Finally, oh wow, I wonder how time flies. See, we already our time is fast spent. So can you please quickly, just before we wrap up, give us your parting statements or words for other social entrepreneurs, people who are looking, who are passionate about something, and they want to do something like you are doing. What would be your
Okay,
statement?
first I would like to say before I give you a word of encouragement or advice, like we everyone in the country should try to support small businesses striving, trying to come up, because the more small business come up, the more it's better for the economy of the nation, right? So we should all endeavor to support the Nigerian brand, the locally made products. And in our own little way, either by buying the products or by sharing about the services or the product that is being done in the country. Then for other young people out there who are aiming to do something, to start off something, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Like I just came back from a lab where we went to do some analysis and about still on the product too. The amount that was given to us, we're even telling the doctor that we are just a startup. Like okay, that's how they run their charges or something like that. So it's not going to be easy. But you just have to start. I started when there was no money. So I started in my room by sewing. Like I when I was teaching those girls how to sew, I used and a needle. So at first I had to gain the knowledge of what it is I want to do. So we started with hand and needle, teach them how to sew with hand and needle before we now get one machine, one or two machines to start sewing. Then before we now move to where we are. So the main thing is first you just have to start. In the course of starting, at least you get a clearer, when you start and you're doing it, you now get a clearer path that you want to go through. And then yeah, you shouldn't forget you need guidance. So or we call them consultants. So people who can lead you, who can help you, because I don't have all the knowledge. Yes, I don't have all the knowledge, and basically, I can't. So when you have one or two persons giving you, looking at it from their own angle, you'll be able to make informed choices. So it won't just be from your own side of view. So you have different opinions about things. So that's just it. That's get guidance or consultants or mentors, and also the journey will not be easy, so get a good network to support you. So you should be in a good network that when the going gets tough, they'll be able to keep you going. Yeah, so that's just it.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sarah, for these insightful contributions. And I think what you have said, I don't think there's anything to add to it. The key thing is to start, and once that is done, then you now begin to see how we can get support, develop a community around your brand that will offer you the support that you need to thrive and ultimately succeed. Basically, I think that is fantastic, and that is why we are here, Pest Consulting. Our goal is to support our businesses to ensure that they become more sustainable, more profitable, and ultimately scale. And when this happens, maybe we can make a better attempt at solving the problem of unemployment, solve our social problems, and then begin to advance the cause of this country on the path of maybe prosperity and some level of comfort, so that the youth exodus can maybe be reduced, and then we can then start to maybe keep our best brains here in the country to make this country and this nation indeed better. So thank you so much. I've truly and thoroughly enjoyed myself having conversation. If you're just joining us, I've been speaking with Sarah Kuponiyi, who is the founder of Alora Reusable Parts. They make parts for that can be reused for a period of 2 to 3 years, and it's totally safe. And they also put in measures in place to ensure that they meet the certain health requirement for this product. So you could look them up if you want to patronize them. If they want to get in touch with you, if anybody wants to, maybe I like what you're doing, I want to put more money into it. How do I go about this? What do they need to
Okay,
do?
so our email is alorapat@gmail.com. We're currently working on getting our website, but if you just Google Alora reusable parts, definitely the Facebook page will pop up. But then my number is also 08092287963. So
You
anyone that
want, you want
wants to
to
reach
take that?
out,
You want to take that number again?
08092287963, and our email is alorapads@gmail.com. And then we have
Yeah,
our Facebook page, our Twitter account, Instagram, and the like. So Alora Pads.
I'm also aware that they are looking for distributors nationwide. So if you are
Yes,
available,
we are looking
you
for
want to
distributors. Yeah.
distribute their products, please reach out. And if you're unable to reach out to them, you can also reach out to Pest Consulting. We'll plug it together. All right. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful time. I've thoroughly, like I said again, enjoyed myself. Looking forward to another edition, same time next week. We really apologize for starting a bit late today. It was due to network issues. Next week we start by 12 by God's grace. Until then, look for an enterprise, pour your energy into it, and then let's see what happens. For me, it's bye.